It's more of a lifestyle than it is a job. Well, I started in 1964 on deck working for my uncle lobstering. I didn't really like that, so then I went to work for another guy, Jimmy Kaminsky, who was in the same port in Mattituck. And it's what I enjoy, and I'm pretty good at it, I guess. I'm still here. 1987 I got the boat. I got my first house, this boat, and my son all in the same year. Prior to that, I had built a boat at the end of 6th Street that I had for 8 years. It's 83 foot overall. I got it because I was tired. I was on a 60-foot boat before and it seemed small, and now this one seems small. Yeah, I used to spend about 280 days at offshore. Now it's probably 250, 240.
Yeah, well, when I first arrived here 40 years ago, Greenport was a thriving, authentic fishing village. You know, the downtown was kind of down on its luck, but the fishermen are what kept it alive. I remember at the time Mark Phillips was building his first boat by hand himself, a steel-hulled offshore fishing dragger down at the end of 6th Street at an old abandoned oyster processing plant. There were 2 active fish processing plants in Greenport at the time.
It was the scallop fleet, the offshore scallop fleet, the offshore lobster fleet, the fin fishermen. We had coopers, we had Winter Harbor that was functioning.
And a large fleet of boats from down south came up here in North Carolina and South Carolina, a fleet called the Fast Fleet. I think there were 30 of them altogether, and they all tied up at Claudio's and at the railroad dock. They literally filled the whole downtown waterfront.
That has all kind of changed. The shipyard, we still have a working waterfront, but it's not as robust as it used to be.
You know, there are other players that come and go, but Mark has been is right now our anchor to that history and to the future.
When we first decided to get married, one of his questions to me was, you know, do you really want me to do this? And my words were, that is who you are. And to this day, that still is. That's who Mark Phillips is. He loves the adventure of the sea. He sees things that none of us will ever in our lifetime have an opportunity to look at. Our family lifestyle is similar to anybody else who has a small business. You kind of live it, eat it, and breathe it. I think it's a sense of love and not a sense of pride. And because Mark loves it, we support him and love him for it.
Besides the fact that everybody thinks he's crazy, you know, if I could work half as hard as him, I'd be happy. He's twice my age and he still runs circles around me. A lot of the guys that I knew that were around my father when I was little, over 50% of them are dead. You know, they died doing it until they couldn't do it anymore, and that was about it. But I mean, the rest of them, some of the guys are still in there, some retired, some bought smaller boats. Some just said screw it, and other ones just picked up and moved out of New York because it was impossible to make money here with a bigger boat. We're the last dock in Greenport to unload at, and it's still something. And you know, I don't want to be the end of it.
I don't know what else I would do. I mean, I'm capable of doing a lot of things, but I'm not happy doing a lot of other things. You really got to love this job. I've put all my money, or put everything I have into Greenport. So I built my first boat in Greenport, and I'm the last one here, the last big boat left in Greenport. People like me, we're a dying breed.